1985 Dodge Ramcharger four-wheel drive, 360, automatic, AC. Let's take it for a test drive. Pretty interesting truck. Not something that I normally get here at the dealership. Mess with a lot of the Broncos and I mess with a lot of the Blazers, but I don't get as many Ramchargers. This is a really cool one for someone to take to the next level or drive like it sits and simply enjoy it. It is a 1985 Dodge Ramcharger. It has a non-original 360, but the motor is strong, has good power, holds yourself down the road well. It'll cruise at 65 miles an hour without a problem. Behind the 360, you do have a 727 three-speed automatic transmission. You have your factory, I believe it's a 9.25 rear differential, and then you got the Dana 44 up front. Factory four-wheel drive, obviously, with the manual locking hubs. Easy truck to drive, power steering, power front disc brakes. So you do have your creature comforts, and then you do have factory AC, which does blow nice and cold out of the dash vents. Unfortunately, it's not switching to the floor or the defrost. And then the heater core does actually have shut-off valves, so it's going to need a new heater core. But more importantly, that the AC does work on this one. I will say that you do get some squeals coming from up underneath the dash with the AC on, so probably going to need some service work on the heat and AC at some point. I would personally just swap it to a vintage AC setup if you're going to dive into AC work, but that's just my personal preference. But right now, driving down the road, it does have decent volume of AC and it is nice and cold in here, so it will cool you off while you're cruising. It is 95 degrees outside, and it is, again, comfortable on the inside of the truck. On the interior, you have like a stock style bucket seat interior. Center console's in good shape. It does not have the locking mechanism for the middle portion of the console, so you need to find that. The dash looks good. The headliner, the visors, all that is in nice shape. You do have a couple little wavy spots on the portions of the plastic around the top of the headliner in the back. Little cracked portion of the plastic right here, right in front of the visor on the driver's side. Rubber floor mats in good shape. Your 4x4 selector down on the floor looks good. Gauges are all easy to read. It does not have a radio. You can add the radio that you want, so that'd be something for the next owner to kind of make their own personal choice on which stereo that they want. So there is no stereo in the truck. I will say the front seat backs are faded more than the seat bottoms, and you do have some scuffing on both of the side door panels. Kind of an original style interior, but still, again, very presentable. You can drive it like it sits. If you want to put some carpet in here, maybe new seat covers at some point, you can. And I don't know if y'all will be able to hear it in the video, but you do, again, have that squeak coming up from underneath the dash. I do believe it's something to do with the blower motor for the AC, but I might be wrong there. Haven't 100% diagnosed it. The biggest thing with this truck is it does have some disclaimers. Some things are not working. The voltage gauge, the dash lights, the right interior turn signal is not coming on. The flashers, the wipers, obviously the heater that we talked about earlier, and then the shifter indicator for the column when you're putting it in drive, the little indicator for the dash is not working. On the website, pcclassiccars.com, you will see the additional informations tab that will have a screenshot of the Does It Work section. So make sure you check that out. There are a few smaller things that do not work on this one. Again, obviously why the truck's kind of priced where it's at. There are some things to address on this one while you drive it and enjoy it. You can kind of take it to the next level. For me, I'd buy vintage AC. I'd buy some aftermarket gauges if you want to. These ones are still in good shape, but I like some of the aftermarket options that are available for these trucks. Some other things that I will note is you do have some little drips. You got some minor power steering leak, minor little drip from the oil pan, and then a little bit from the transfer case as well. So again, kind of fall into the category of the truck runs and drives down the road well, but there are some little, I don't want to say project aspects to it, but more of like little service things that need to be done over time. But we are warmed up good. The 360 sounds good. And we're going to go ahead and roll into the throttle here some and check out some performance. Not a high performance setup by any means, more of just a regular style cruiser when it comes to the mechanicals. But out on the open road, it does have a good road feel. Transmission shifts nice and positive. It doesn't beat you to death. The steering goes where you want it to go. It's actually pretty nice and responsive when it comes to that power steering. On the underneath, I would say that's probably the best thing about it, is the inner rockers, the frame, the bottom side of the truck, bottom side of the back here. It's all very solid. I found no rust issues or rust problems of any kind. So that's always a huge step above when you're working on a vehicle. You're not messing with rust issues. Obviously, we'll put some good photos of the underneath in this video so y'all can check that out, but a good solid truck underneath. On the exterior, I would say it's okay paint. I wouldn't say it's full amateur paint, but it does have its imperfections. It's got some trash in the paint, a little bit of waviness down both of the sides. Obviously, black accentuates that more than any other color. Still very presentable. It looks cool. You got the nice polished wheels. Tires are a little bit older. They do have a little bit of dry rot, dry cracking starting. I would go with the BFG tire if you ask me. It would make the truck look a little bit better. And obviously, again, the tires are kind of on the older side of things, so maybe some new tires at some point. The rear bumper is painted, does have a little dent on the passenger side rear lower portion of the bumper. You will see a photo of that in the additional information tab. Also see photos of all the nitpicky things that I'm talking about in the paint and bodywork. It's really hard to kind of depict some of the waviness in the paint. When you get down at an angle, look down the doors, you will see a little bit of that. But again, still very presentable, something you can still be proud to own. More so just some trash in the paint you'll see photos of. Front bumper, grille, all that does look good. Doors open and close nice. The rear hatch opens and closes properly. It will stay up when you hold it open. Suspension feels good. Shocks have been replaced at some point. Some of the bushings do have some dry cracking in them. You'll again see photos of that stuff. Nothing that I would worry about replacing because it does go down the road nice. Glass does have your little vertical streaks on the side windows. Rear view mirror does have haziness in the middle. Windshield looks like it's probably been replaced at some point. Back glass is easy to see out of. You do have your side mirrors, which you can manually move and see out of. You have the cool spotlights on both sides. Seat position is comfortable. I fit in here very nice. I'm 6 foot tall, 190 pounds. You obviously have your armrest over here on the left. I normally drive with my left hand and my right arm on the console, and this one again is very comfortable. Again, on the interior, you do have the faded seat backs that I touched on earlier, but the seats are comfortable. The seat foam feels good. It is not a chore to drive this Ramcharger. When you push the brake pedal, it doesn't pull you left, it doesn't pull you right. Kick that AC up to the high setting there, get a little bit more volume of air. Roll under the throttle a little bit. Again, it's a comfortable, easy four-wheel drive vehicle to drive. No overheating issues, fluids checked out good. Inside the engine compartment is clean. The firewall doesn't have any rust issues. Inner fenders look good. Motor itself is nice and sanitary. Like we talked about earlier in this video, you do have some of the little fluid leaks that are starting. Most likely just some gaskets, nothing that needs to be addressed at the exact moment. You start driving it consistently, those might get a little bit better, they might get a little bit worse, so just kind of prepare yourself. You might have to do some fluid leak repairs at some point. But overall, it is a really good truck. It's something that you can drive and enjoy like it sits. If you want to take it to the next level, there are some things you can check those boxes, fix some things, make it a little bit nicer. But for the price point, it's a great four-wheel drive truck, a lot of fun to cruise around in, and just unique. Like I mentioned earlier, we get a lot of Broncos and Blazers that come through the shop, just not a lot of Ramchargers, and I do like the Ramcharger, just as cool if you ask me. This one being a 360 automatic AC, it's already got a lot of good components to it, and being black on the exterior, it's just a good looking truck. The exhaust is not very loud. It has your single exit exhaust over on the passenger side back there, so not crazy loud on the exhaust. You really hear more motor than you do anything. As always, I'm Mike. This is a 1985 Dodge Ramcharger four-wheel drive with a 360 automatic AC. From myself and everybody else here at PC Classic Cars, we appreciate y'all stopping in to watch another one of our test drive videos. Make sure you check out that additional information tab on the website, pcclassiccars.com. Check out the content across all of the social platforms, and we'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks again for watching.